Hello and welcome to another edition on how to build your own speech recognition Netflix controller. And today we are going to talk about ARGPARSE, an easy way to make your Python script a shell script. So what you see here is the GitHub for the script that we have been talking about for the last couple of videos, namely the Netflix recognition script, which lets you to control your Netflix using your voice. We already talked about the speech recognition part of it and the pynput part of it, and today we're going to talk about ARGPARSE. So what is ARGPARSE? Well, for one, it's a really hard word to spell for me, but mainly it's just a Python package which you can use to make your Python scripts a bit more usable and a bit more like terminal commands. What do I mean by that is that using ARGPARSE you can actually add arguments to your Python script. So if you remember my script from the previous videos, if you want to check them, I'll leave a card with the playlist around here, I think. What the script does, as I said, is just listens to your voice, tries to fetch some keywords, and then sends commands to an active window using pynput. Play.
And there's fruit in those trees, and there's seeds in those fruits. I'm talking about mega seeds.
Stop.
They're incredibly powerful, and I need them to help me with my research, Morty.
Oh man, Rick, I'm looking.
Full screen. Full screen. Forward. Backward. Play.
They're incredibly powerful, and I need them to help me with my research, Morty.
Oh man, Rick, I'm looking around this place and I'm starting to work up some anxiety about this whole thing.
All right, calm down. Listen to me, Morty. I know that new situations can be intimidating.
Now the args part is here and it mainly consists of three parts. So initiating the parser, adding arguments, and then just setting the arguments to their values to the args object and running the function that you want to run. So for example, let's take a look at my script run without any arguments passed. So if you would run python netflix recognition.p, you see that the script is running, but we can see that there's a couple of lines that I added, which just print some values. So I want to print my argument and I want to print my energy threshold, just to check if that is set in place. So without adding any arguments, what I can see here is that skip is set to 4 and threshold is set to 4000, and again threshold is set to 4000 when ran in the run function. Now you can see that in the add argument part, I add my arguments with default values of 4000 and 4 for threshold and skip respectively, and that's why it's printed like that. But let's say now I got a terrible flu and my voice is just a mumbly whisper, and I want to increase the sensitivity of my microphone, and to do that I need to change the energy threshold. Well, as you can see here in the speech recognition part, energy threshold is set by the args.threshold, so an argument that we can pass to the terminal. So if I run my script again, but now with argument of thresh, and I would set it to, let's say, 7000, we can see that skip is remaining at 4, but threshold is set to 7000, and actually the energy threshold here is set to 7000 as well. So yeah, this is what it does, and now on how to use it. Well, the good thing with ARGPARSE is that you mostly only need to make it once and add it to a script, and then you can just reuse the format for whatever script you're doing, because it's pretty much the same format every time. So all you need is just initiate the parser, add some arguments that you want to be added, then set the defaults and run the function which you want to run in your script. So how the argument addition works? Well, I won't talk much about the parser initiation or the setting of defaults, because those are quite simple. The only thing in the argument parser that you will change the description of the function, well, the script. Regarding the argument addition, there's a couple of things that you should know. So firstly, you need to name your arguments, how they will be named when you're gonna be calling them in the terminal. So in our case, the threshold is trash. Then for the help, it's the description of the argument itself. Destination, so as you saw earlier, the energy threshold is set by args.threshold, that's the destination threshold. The type of the argument, in our case it's an int. The default value if you use one, and is it required or not. So as it's not required, the default value is set. And after just building that argument that you want to be added, you can add whatever number of arguments that you want. All you do is just set the default, set the function which you want to run, parse the arguments, and run the function. And that's kind of it. When you want to just reuse this piece of code, all you do is copy that, paste it into another script, change the function, change the arguments and the description, and you're done. You're good to go with another script. Now, you might ask, why do I need to set the descriptions and the help text? Well, ARGPARSE automatically has the help argument. So if I run python network recognition.p-h, it will display the usage of it, then the description shown here, and then the optional arguments that I want to add. So that is pretty much it. If you have been watching till this part, I'm really grateful, and I hope you already clicked that like button, and if you didn't, please do now. Do the same with the subscribe button and the notifications button, and if you're gonna make some nice projects using ARGPARSE, pynput or speech recognition, don't forget to leave them down below. And I hope to see you really soon. Bye.